Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. America, it is a new year. It is the dawn of a new age here coming up on January 20th. Going to restore some sanity back to America. But since we did turn the calendar year, that means that a lot of states have enacted new laws. And some of those laws involve firearm restrictions and in a couple instances, actually some expansion of firearm rights. So we thought we'd do a quick little hit list so that you around the country can understand that you woke up on New Year's Day with new gun laws or sitting right there on top of you, and it may affect your life. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about all of America's new gun laws that just went into effect. Okay, hey, before we get going too far down the road we're going down, let's remember that this video is being brought to you by the Sonoran Desert Institute. That's right, get ready to launch your career today in the firearms industry through what? That's right, education. Get ready to just start arming yourself today with education. And most importantly, get ready to start defending the inalienable rights of millions of Americans nationwide, all through our most powerful act, which of course is education. Listen, the Sonoran Desert Institute has a certificate, a program, or a degree for just about anything that you may desire. So check them out today by looking them up down there in the description box, or easier yet, just visit them at sdi.edu. Okay, America, this is what we're going to be doing today. We have just turned the calendar year. We are now into 2025, and on January 1st, many of your states around the country, new laws went into effect. Some of those involved your firearms or firearm rights. Let's get you updated, so if you're in one of those states, you know what's going on. We're going to start with the state that's always on the gold medal platform of crazy gun laws, and of course that's right, California. Okay, Assembly Bill 1483. California, you need to be aware of this. Now, this supposedly strengthens the one gun for every 30-day purchase limit, which, by the way, is a law that is just getting absolutely eviscerated in the court system. There's no way that law is going to survive, nor should it. It doesn't preclude the state of Washington from trying to do it this legislative session. So Washington, especially those of you in the legislature, you might want to listen up on this. Assembly Bill 1483 supposedly strengthens a law that is literally on life support already. But here's the one thing it does, is it removed the private transaction exception. And why is that important? Well, when your grandpa dies and leaves his collection of firearms, all 65 of them, if Assembly Bill 1483 remains in effect, it means you're only going to be able to take possession of one of those firearms every 30 days, which may take you a decade or more before you can inherit that collection. And who stores it in the meantime? God only knows. Then there's Assembly Bill 1598. Now, this is going to save a ton of lives, okay? Because it requires every FFL to give a new purchaser a pamphlet to explain that what they've done was really, really stupid, and they actually just made their life a lot more dangerous by purchasing a firearm than they would be if they had no firearm at all. That's Assembly Bill 1598. And then there's Assembly Bill 2917, something that Washington State is also doing. This basically expands the reach of red flag laws and allows you to allege hate crimes and bias-related incidents as bases upon which you can disarm another person. Okay, Colorado, you have a new law that went into effect January 1st. It deals with anytime you leave a firearm unattended in your car, it must be in a locked, hard-sided, opaque container and concealed from view from the outside world. Something you also need to be aware of, Colorado, is between now and July 1st, you can apply for a Colorado concealed carry permit and you will not have to undergo any live fire training. Starting July 1st, though, you will have to undergo live fire training. So if I were a Colorado resident who was thinking about getting a concealed carry license, you might want to do it here in the next 5 to 6 months. New Hampshire, a state that decided to go in the opposite direction, passed House Bill 1186. What is House Bill 1186? That prohibits credit card companies from using specific merchant codes to track firearms and ammunition purchases. Now, New Hampshire adds their name to a long list of states, these ones right here, that have banned these types of merchant codes. But also, please be aware that states like California, Colorado, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, they in fact mandate the use of that merchant code. New Hampshire, House Bill 1336 goes into effect. That bars employers from prohibiting employees from storing firearms locked in their vehicles during working hours while they're inside working. Kentucky, you have a brand new gun law very similar to New Hampshire's House Bill 1186. You also join the list of states that will prohibit the use of merchant codes to track firearm purchases. Now, if you guys are wondering why this is a big deal, I'm going to tell you that during SHOT Show, I'm going to be doing an interview with a gentleman who actually is in the credit card processing business. I encourage all of you to check it out, because what these banks and credit card companies are going to be capable of doing to your Second Amendment rights is downright scary. Minnesota. As of January 1st, you now have a binary trigger ban. So all binary triggers are unlawful in the state of Minnesota. Delaware, you just designated every single college campus as a gun-free zone, similar to other levels of education, your grade schools, junior highs, high schools, and things like that. Now all college campuses inside the state of Delaware are in fact gun-free zones. New York, you got a couple of new laws going into effect. First one starts on January 7th. That's going to require all gun stores in the state of New York to basically post signs saying that you really shouldn't be doing business with a gun store, because it's literally going to require people to warn that purchasing a gun is an unwise and unsafe activity. I'm sure, though, that is going to save countless lives. Also, remember that New York is now implementing a statewide database that could be shared for the use on extreme risk protection order or red flag laws, thus beefing up and enhancing the ability of the state to disarm individuals without due process of the law. Okay, so that's a quick short list of some of the gun laws that went into effect effective January 1st of 2025. It's probably not the complete story. There may be more to it. If you're living in a state and we missed something, hey, let's hear about it. Let us know about it in the comments section. If you got any other questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. But if you don't, that's okay. That information's down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, cool, let's hear about it. Click on that link right there and let us know. If you want to subscribe to our monthly newsletter, the ability to do all of that is right down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.